Ludwig had recently shut down his company off-brand due to some recent staffing changes where someone took a new title and thus going through the paperwork discovered the company has been doing worse than it had seemed, and that Ludwig hasn't been paid out for the sponsors he's done for the past couple of years, resulting in him missing out on $3 million, and that money was actually being used to flip up, and that money was actually
I'm gonna leave that one out. But I got love for that movie. That's not a bad choice. I could agree with that.
Welcome to the Common Sense
Hello,
Podcast.
what's up? Hey everybody. It's good to see y'all. Welcome to the Common Sense Podcast. As Adrian said, it's a beautiful morning. How you doing today, Adrian?
I'm doing all right. Chilling. I got me some Starbucks today on the way here. Starbucks, I got the double smoked bacon and cheddar and egg sandwich.
Expensive sandwiches. I love them.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad. And then I also got like the chocolate brownie as well.
Ooh, yeah. Pastries at Starbucks go hard.
It feels very greasy when I'm eating it. I'm like, I don't know why I keep eating those things, but they're good. But
they're bomb.
Like total, it was like $9.
What drink did you get?
No drink. I brought like a water bottle from my house and I drink it.
You went to Starbucks and didn't get a drink?
No, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink caffeine.
That's incredible.
Except for like in sodas.
I got to show you the secret menu, man. There's a lot of amazing stuff at Starbucks that you can make.
Okay.
Starbucks is very underrated.
Okay.
We have where I live, there's a Dutch Bros literally up the street from me now. People think Dutch Bros is all good, but honestly, I think Starbucks has a lot more diversity in their menu, whereas Dutch Bros is kind of just a giant sugary drink. And
yeah,
it's just like, it feels like you're drinking a cake.
Yeah,
like it's an odd thing.
There's so much sugar in those things. Like I think I saw like one of the pink drink, the pink drink like apparently had so much sugar in it. It was crazy.
The pink drink's bomb though at Starbucks.
I never tried it. I don't drink on any of the Starbucks drinks. I don't care. I'm just because I've only ever got Starbucks because when I would go to the work in the morning, like my dad and I would stop at Starbucks to get like a little snack before work. So that's when I would get Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I've become a fan. Like I hated Starbucks for so long, but after I found out all the chocolatey stuff they have, all the strawberry stuff they have, ooh,
yeah,
I'm a big proponent for Starbucks now.
Yeah.
So I'll show you some stuff. I'll show you the stuff I get, chai teas and stuff. Really, really
chai
good
tea?
Stuff. I did it. I said TT. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Cancel
Across the Spider-Verse.
Cancel him.
You're always coming back into every podcast now.
He's out. So I do want to address we're in the Christmas themed hats once again. We're filming this in December. You'll see this in about maybe a week or two ish. Hopefully before New Year's. I want to get this out before New Year's so we can just start off the new year with a good episode. Yeah. So we're in the hats again. We're gonna be going through some stuff. Yeah.
From the Common Sense Podcast to you at home, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas this year.
Merry Christmas.
We want to wish you a very happy Hanukkah, a very happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate at this time of year. Just happy holidays. We thank you for taking some time to join us in our endeavors, for watching us in our silly hats, for just being the awesome people who are subscribed. We're at 121 subscribers on Instagram. Followers on Instagram. We're at 49 subscribers on YouTube. We're at 2 Patreon members now.
Yes, very thankful.
We
doubled it in
we've doubled. Yeah, that's so good.
That's good numbers,
So it's just a great time. It leaves me very merry, full of cheer, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to all of you at home. I celebrate Christmas. Not a big Hanukkah guy, but shout out to everybody who celebrates Hanukkah. But yeah, again, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So I guess we'll just go into it now. There's been a few things that's been going on in the past weekish, 2 weeks.
There's been a lot going on in the past year.
let's just talk about the big thing. The big thing that happened, which was the health insurance CEO.
Wow.
Let's get right into it. Let's just jump right into that one.
Man, I don't know what your take on murder is for you at home, but if you're a Christian watching this, I kind of have a feeling I know your take with murder. Murder's pretty wrong, but yeah, this has been an interesting thing to see. To see somebody in a position of power actually get got like that.
Yeah.
I know a few months ago there was a tech mogul in San Francisco who got He was a crypto financer. I'll get more information on that right now. But yeah, we're seeing powerful people in these crazy compromised positions right now, and I think it's really proven itself to be a absolutely like light shedding time. It's showing people's hearts and what they
Yeah.
believe.
I think yeah, of course, it sheds light on the fact that I think most Americans are very not happy with the way health insurance has gone. And I think when the CEO thing happened, it really brought some attention to that. And like everyone's like kind of like being verbal about it. And I don't know about endorsing murder like that publicly. I'm not going to do that. But like it shows like the heart of Americans right now where it's like, something needs to change. People don't like it. And do you know anything about like the murderer, the killer?
Not so much the killer, but I know that Brian Thompson.
Yeah.
He was the CEO of American health insurance company United Healthcare,
Yeah.
and he has made a lot of enemies inadvertently. I don't think he believed he had that many enemies.
I don't think someone in that position does not care if they have enemies.
When it comes to health insurance in America, I know that it's more than just Brian Thompson. That's what's really crazy to me is that people are kind of using him as like the face of everything wrong in the health insurance industry. But the health insurance industry goes from politicians to brokers to state to state. So people in charge of the different states are all the reasons why there's so much distress in America with people who are uninsured. I know many people close to me who've been uninsured because they just can't afford it. A job I had very recently, very, very high paying job, to get health insurance. It was very great, high level health insurance, but it was going to take $400 out of my paycheck just to have it, just to be covered. So that's ridiculous, you know? $400 out of your paycheck. I mean, how many of you at home would want that, Please leave a comment. Would you like to spend $400 on every paycheck just if you possibly get sick?
Yeah.
It's a very crazy thing. So it's crazy to put it on one guy. I can't put it on just this guy who got killed.
I think it was just like one of those things where it's like something was bound to happen eventually because I think one of the biggest things about Brian what is his name, Brian Thompson, is that the United Healthcare I'm forgetting the name of the company itself. United Healthcare was one of the health insurance companies that had like the highest denial rate, where they would deny. Because like again, this is the whole thing where it's called there's a book called like Deny, Defend, Depose, something like that, where they deny health insurance to people that need health insurance.
Right.
They defend it in court because they can afford to defend in court when people like us can't afford to defend ourselves in court and like say, hey, you need to give us their money.
Yeah, we can't go against United Health. A normal person cannot go against United Healthcare in court. We don't have the resources to do that.
And then wrong word. It was delay. You just delay it enough to where the person just dies.
Right.
You don't have to pay it out. And that is a terrible thing. It just sucks. It's a sucky situation.
That's part of why in America we have these long wait times to get seen by doctors. For those of you who aren't in America, it takes at least 3 months in between you having a health issue to actually be able to see your primary care provider most of the time if you don't have high quality health insurance. And 3 months is enough if you have a severe enough injury, severe enough disease, severe enough infection that you can die. And the health insurance agencies, as Adrian's pointed out, they are rewarded for you not getting that proper health care. They are rewarded for you actually dying. And the same thing goes for multiple other health insurers. They pay doctors, such as Kaiser. These are things that happen at Kaiser Permanente, sadly. I love Kaiser Permanente. They take care of many people in my family. But there's a lot of legal jargon that goes on between Kaiser and the health insurance companies, where if they see people dying, the health insurance companies will pay out the primary care providers so much money, a lot more money than they'd pay them out if they actually get seen, because of how much it costs to give people money. That's why diabetes medicine is so expensive in this country. That's why facilities are facilities that are meant to be used for everybody and meant to take everybody so we can get healthy, they're so exclusive and they turn so many people away is because of this health insurance thing that's going on.
Yeah. So it's terrible. I wish it was the health insurance situation in America which was better. You know.
Yeah, and if you turn to, I don't know if you've seen the movie Yes Man.
No.
With Jim Carrey?
No.
Oh, that's another movie. I'm going to put this man on too many movies.
Yeah.
In the movie Yes Man, Jim Carrey is a broker at a bank, and he gets in trouble with his boss because he starts giving everybody loans, just handing them out. And insurance companies in America will penalize companies for doing that, for letting so many people through.
Yeah.
As opposed to those who deny, they'll reward companies for not giving out loans. Same thing. So that insurance issue isn't just specific to the medical field, but it goes towards your car insurance. It goes towards all the insurance in America. And anybody who runs a business here, anybody who knows anything about how American our economics work here, trying to start a business, trying to have a family, all life insurance, things like that. Everything is so hard just to have access to. Everything is it feels like in America a lot more people get rewarded for denying you the services you need than providing you excellent service. And I think that's what we've seen with Brian Thompson is all the people who are saying, yeah, I'm glad he got what he deserved. Adrian and I, we don't share the same sentiment. I have a lot of personal opinions on the health insurance industry, as you can see. But for the sake of the vitriol that's been surrounded by Brian Thompson, and for the sake of whoever was close to him and have lost him, I don't want to get too much into, promoting any violence. I think one of the craziest things that this whole situation has done, it's revealed the hearts of a lot of the people in our country. And how bloodthirsty they kind of are, and how much they really do want to see somebody pay for
justice.
Get justice. The lack of justice that's been dealt out, and because what I've seen through just in comments, with different threads about this stuff, so many people sharing their stories about their relatives who passed away and couldn't get the insurance.
Yeah.
So many people who can't get the proper medication that they need today, right now, as it stands, on December 16th, 2024. There's so many people in this country who can't afford to live healthy. There's so many people in this country who have been done wrong by their insurance companies and can't get what they need. And I think we're now at a boiling point where we see those who have not gotten the justice, they're celebrating some evil. They're celebrating. They've been put into a wall, and now the people, the bigwigs at the top who've been benefiting from all this, now they can kind of feel a little bit of the tension that's been boiling for years in our country.
I think after I heard this from like a YouTuber, like they were discussing like the situation right in the aftermath. And it wasn't that when Brian Thompson was killed, the other CEOs, they didn't like understand the situation. I think this is kind of speculation, but not really. Like security companies, like stocks went up, like in terms of like they just got some more security because they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna change their policies and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a strange thing. I think. Oh, also there's like another company like a few weeks before this that like decided to like raise prices or like change how they're gonna accept things, which would have made things worse. Yet then after the shooting, the killing, they changed their policy back, which is interesting. So I've been seeing like commentary on that, and the media has been really trying to paint a lot of people in like Brian's position are trying to like paint Brian as like some sort of hero, or it's like this guy from his hometown in Ohio, Mississippi, something. Ohio, Mississippi. No, from his hometown. He worked hard. He got a degree somewhere. Then the media is painting the killer as he played an assassin game where you play as little spacemen to kill other players, and it's called Among Us. You played Among Us?
Yeah, how are you gonna blame Among Us for this? And that's what's crazy is painting anybody as a hero. It's so hard to paint a health insurance CEO as any sort of hero in this country, because the last time we've had anybody try to lower prices on a drug was Martin Schlereth. I'm forgetting his name. He was a millionaire. He bought the company. Everybody assumed he bought a company that had a diabetes drug. They assumed he was going to raise prices. He ended up plummeting the price on it. And the whole insurance industry got angry at him for doing it. And so we haven't had that. That's such a rare case. That happened almost 10 years ago. That
was
happened.
a blessing.
That's something that we need to see more in the health insurance field, that we need to see more in the health industry. People are, like cancer is going up in the world. Different things, different sicknesses are rising. We have almost, I think we're going to get to 9 billion by 2030. We'll be at 9 billion people on the planet. So how are we going to keep denying people the things that they need? And then try to paint yourself as a hero when you know you're actively denying people.
I think the bubble's gonna pop at some point. We're gonna see it in our lifetime. The bubble's gonna pop for sure.
Right. And what bubble do you say?
Like the health insurance, just like prices constantly raising. They can't raise forever.
Yeah,
something's gonna happen.
I don't think they can afford to.
No.
And I'm hoping that the challenge that they're in now is that if they drop prices, they kind of reward what happened. So that's the challenge, is that you can't just drop prices, because then you kind of make it like, okay, open season on every health insurance CEO, executive.
Or just people's lives in general.
People's lives. We don't need that. We don't need an all-out war.
But it's also like, what else can people do in a sense? I'm not saying I'd advocate for it. It's like, can people afford to go to the courts? Can people afford to really protest outside of a building for 30 days, right? Something like that. Like, we need more unions. I don't know if unions are a thing in the healthcare industry. They probably are.
We just need the health insurance, those who have been promoting all of these evil things against the people, because that's what was caused by all this. The name of the shooter was
Luigi
Mangione.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that would lead somebody like that to have any inclination.
Well, actually, I would say it's still not confirmed if he did do it, though, but he's very much suspected too. So
this is the crazy thing about it.
Yeah.
Is that they're trying to pin it on somebody and they don't even know. So I think that's even more difficult, is that what would drive somebody to want to do that? It's not Among Us, I guarantee you.
No, yeah.
It wasn't Among Us. It wasn't a kid's game.
The specific guy has like a whole thing. The story so far goes that he had everything set up for him in his life. Like, he had a good future. I think he graduated from some pristine college, and then I think what people dug about him was that he started to read like a book about back pain and stuff like that, and started reading books about the health insurance industry. Then they discovered like a manifesto that he wrote talking about this stuff, and I think some notes somewhere, not confirmed if it was him, but like basically saying that he didn't intend to do this and he did plan on doing this. So yeah, like it went from him having a good life, he got some sort of like medical thing going on, and then discovering how the health insurance industry is screwing him over, then leads him to do this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what the health insurance industry really needs to take a good look at. I think a lot of public apologies are needed. I think the exposure of the policies that are actively killing people, because that's something that's imaginary when you talk to people in America about that. Like, oh, what is are the doctors trying to kill you? It's not that they're trying to kill you. It's that they're rewarded handsomely
to not help you out,
to turn you away. They're rewarded so much more for getting you out of the ER than having you in there for the proper health care.
Yeah.
And then even getting you a bed in there. They limit the amount of beds for people. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I think those practices need to be exposed, and it needs to become public knowledge. I don't think the killer needs any fame, needs anything like that. I think justice does need to be served for shooting a man in broad daylight outside of wherever he's walking, because I don't think people deserve that.
It was some meeting, I don't know. It was some meeting that he was at, and then he just got shot right there.
Right, and things like this it gets out of hand. It gets out of hand real quick. If you're from where many people have the unfortunate circumstances of growing up, murder is a common thing. It's something that we grow up understanding can happen to us and anyone else. Um, from the parts of Southern California you and I are from, there's so many different evil things that happen, and because these healthcare CEOs are rich enough to live in places where the police protection is so much higher, where the reason this is on the news is because people care.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that there's more care for someone like this, but then a child getting killed in some urban area that's been marginalized goes unseen.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we can even, from this type of murder to the murders that have been happening with the police for the better part of my whole life, different things like that, like these things should not be. It should be a lot more taboo. These things should be something that we all are very shocked by, but we're now at the point where it's like
we're desensitized to like these kind of things,
and we need some sensibility. This is where the common sense needs to come back. Is we need the sensibility to see that there's no reward in any of this. That the person who did the killing, they need to be brought to justice just as much as the whole healthcare industry needs to be brought to justice.
Yep.
We need justice against those people.
It's reform that's needed, and I think the government needs to figure something out, because we're the country's like trillions in debt. So the government needs to figure out what they're gonna do, because there's no way we're just gonna flip from capitalist society to like, oh, hey, healthcare is free now.
Yeah, I hope this helps everything. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. So I think something needs to happen though. So
yeah, maybe drive the cost down on things.
Yeah.
Things that cost $10 should maybe be like $20-$30 to buy.
Yeah.
Instead of being $700, so you make a $690 profit. Like that doesn't make sense. Like those are the things that brought on this unfortunate event, and it is very unfortunate for all of you who are villainizing one person. The healthcare industry is more than one person. It's many faces, it's many people, and for the sake of just trying to humanize people, for the sake of our sensibility coming back, understand that a man was murdered and brought in the middle of the night, walking down the street. Things like that shouldn't be happening in what we claim to be the greatest country in the world. We should not. We shouldn't endorse this. We shouldn't allow this. We shouldn't embrace it. We can't, especially we can't lift it up.
Yeah.
We can't lift it up. Because now for all of us who are in the most of the poor people in this country, now we're making ourselves look like we are bloodthirsty. And I don't think many of us are. I don't think many of us want to go to war. I don't think many of us want the things that are not hyper, I'm looking for the word. The things that are magnified. The evil in this country is not something that we promote. We want to give all the people with diabetes insulin.
Yeah.
We don't want it to cost $1,000 for them to get one insulin shot because they need it every single day. We want to make these things affordable. And there's a way for us to have that voice be the dominant voice, because I don't believe it's kill every CEO. I don't believe it's kill everyone who's rich in this country. I don't think we have a problem with being rich in America. I think everybody here wants to be well off and wants to have a good bank account.
Yeah.
But just because that man had a good bank account doesn't make it right that he was killed. That's, he did cost a lot of people their livelihood. He did affect more families than I think he ever imagined.
I think he knows. I think
I doubt they really understand the full scope.
They're
they're
desensitized.
doing.
They don't care because they're millionaires. They're set up for the rest of their lives, no matter what they do. I think someone who's corrupt as that, I think will be aware of it and just not care.
I think that's the challenge in this conversation: is how corrupt was Brian Thompson.
I think he knows the stats. I mean, it's public knowledge that it was the one that denied the most care.
His company,
like at a 32% rates, as compared to like 10% rates for like other companies. But yeah, I just think when you get to that point with wealth and just control and power, like you don't care. Like I think that's there are true, like not to just call them evil, but like there are true evils in the world where you have that kind of wealth and you just don't care.
We're confronted with one of them now.
Yeah.
We were confronted with one of the dominant evils,
Yeah.
the insurance companies
Yes.
in America. This is one of the
Mhm.
biggest evils in the world right now, and it doesn't have to be. It's just insurance. That's the weirdest. That's what's so
Yeah.
weird. Is insurance can be great.
Yeah.
It can help our
Like
society.
like the
But
system, it's supposed to be could work, but then when people in power take control of it, it's yeah.
right.
So yeah, that's that. Output ratio. So, streamer awards.
Yeah.
Did you watch them or no?
I did not watch
You
the
did not watch
streamer
them?
awards. No,
Okay.
I didn't.
I did watch them. It was pretty funny, pretty cool. There was a couple moments in there that were really, really interesting that I had some insight on, I guess, just from streamers talking about it beforehand. So one guy called Squeaks, he got the Speedrunner of the Year award. Not wait, no, Speedrunning Streamer of the Year award because he's speedrunning. You know what speedrunning is?
Yeah. What game was it?
Just in general, just like Mario. There's no specific game, just like speedrunning streamer of the year. And so Squeaks won that. The problem was people think that award is supposed to be for the best speedrunner, which caused some controversy when he won because he hasn't like beat like an actual good time in like a long time, like the past year. But he just happens to just speedrun on stream. So he thought it was really funny. He said on stream like, hey, this award goes out to everyone who actually is a speedrunner and like who actually does all these things and like who actually beats times. And there was an outrage in the speedrun community because they're calling him not a speedrunner, even when they're all like, oh, this other guy who actually got the best time should have been the winner. Or that where now like the producer of the award show is like saying, no, it is not the best speedrunner. It is not the best speedrunner award. It's the best speedrunning streamer award. So he's the best streamer.
So
that
it's about the
speedruns.
traffic, not about the achievement.
Not in the same sense, but again, the award was supposed to be to a streamer who speedruns, not the best speedrunner. Because we all know who the best speedrunner is. That is what the people that make the award show, they said that. Not to the best speedrunner, but to the best streaming speedrunner, which is different. Do you get what I'm trying to say or no?
I'm lost because I do watch a lot of speedruns. I was paying attention to this year there was a kid who broke Tetris. He was going hard with Tetris and he broke the game.
Yeah.
And he's like the first kid to do it ever.
Yeah.
So I was paying attention heavily to that. So I hope he got some. No, I mean it's streaming. I get it.
Yeah.
It's not a video game ceremony.
Yeah.
It's a streaming ceremony.
It's about the best streamer who speedruns. I would say Squeaks is funny. Like he makes some good jokes, but the argument is that it's not it's about the streamer, not the actual speedrunning achievement, because you can see who has what achievement. You can just go online and like look up the best time for this game. You already know who the best is, but it's because the award itself is about the streamer. People misunderstand that. And so they get mad when it's not.
I get why that can cause controversy. What other awards were there?
There were a lot of awards like best streamer overall, like the best what
Who won?
best streamer of the year was probably Kai Cenat. You know what that is?
That's fair.
Yeah,
He's very viral. Everything he does goes viral.
he's the
so
biggest.
that makes
He's one of
sense.
the biggest ones right now
He's the biggest, I think.
in America in English.
Yeah.
Because there's one guy in Mexico who he dominates. He has like a million. He had like a million view event live viewers event.
He had 1 million people on his stream.
Mm-hmm. He was like doing some big event. This guy is like a celebrity. Like in Mexico, like this guy is like an A-list celebrity at this point. But he streams. He does YouTube.
Well, that I discovered that a few months ago. I went to my friend's house and his mom was watching YouTube, and she was like, "Yeah, there's so many famous people." And I was seeing, it was like some little people selling cookies at the border. It was crazy, and
That's
they were
crazy.
streaming it, but it had so many views on it. I was like, "What is this?" So there's a whole nother world of like celebrity in Mexico.
Yeah, isn't Spanish the second most or the first most spoken language?
I believe it's second.
Second most, other than English,
I
right?
think English is
Yeah,
top.
English. But Ibai, he is the guy that I'm talking about. He dominates.
What's his name?
Ibai.
Ibai.
He's Mexican. He's a Spanish streamer. He dominates. He's the Mexican Mr. Beast. Basically at this point.
No, those guys are hustlers. They know how to sell a product. What other awards are there?
There were best stream collab. There was Agent and Cinna. That was like the smallest collab that was on the thing, because the next one was Kai Cenat, Drewski, and Kevin Hart. There's
Oh
a
yeah,
stream. Have you seen that?
those guys were hilarious. I've seen so many bites from that
Yeah,
from
yeah.
when those three were together. And yeah, Drewski,
There,
Kikesenet gets on Drewski's nerves, and it's
yeah.
hilarious.
There was Connery's Pants and George Santos. Do you know who that is?
Who's Conroy's Pants?
Connery's Pants. He's a very smaller. He's like 300 to not 300, but like 800 viewers to maybe 3,000 on a good day, right? He's very small, but he has a show called Fortnite Friday where he plays Fortnite with like celebrities, people that might be fans or people that he would like wants to interview. He interviewed the Tiger King from prison.
Oh wow, yeah, he's in prison.
Yeah, but it's Fortnite Friday, so they just play Fortnite and they just talk. He interviewed, not interviewed, but I guess it's an interview, but he played Fortnite with the guy from Shazam. You know who that is?
Yeah, the main actor.
Yeah, Shazam. There is there's some more people. There's George Santos was the biggest one though. George Santos?
He's the dude who he's like does a lot of Christian content, but he
No, he was a politician at some
the
point.
dude with the beard.
I think so. He's a gay politician that somehow like lost his place in like the government for some dudes for doing some weird stuff. I don't know the whole controversy.
George Santos.
But he's like a like that
I
was
think
like
I'm talking about George Sanko. I think I'm talking about a whole different guy.
Yeah, I think so. But George Santos, yeah, he like the phrase that I heard was like disgraced politician. Like he got kicked off, right? So like, but he got him on there and he was talking because it was funny the story where it was like because Connor he reaches out to people like, hey, you want to come on my show? I do Fortnite Friday. So he reached out to George Santos, and George Santos apparently has a team that replied back to Connor saying, I do interviews, but you got to pay me like this much, blah blah blah. But then Connor was like, no, that's too much. I can't do it. Then I think at some point George Santos just kind of responded back and said, yeah, okay, I'll do it for free. And then so they just got him on. I was rooting for that. I think Connor really wanted to get that award. It did go to Kevin Hart, Drewski, and Kikesenet.
That was one of the funniest collabs this year.
I was on Team Connery's Pants. I do love Connery's Pants. He's a really good.
Just that
streamer.
Kikesenet bubble. How many did Kikesenet win?
He won like a few, like a couple of things. I don't know
Oh,
entirely.
He's dominating the American streamer space right now. My nephew was talking to me about a Ninja.
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 He was big back in the day.
Yeah, he was talking about this joke that he keeps making about low fades.
Oh yeah.
That he keeps doing it.
You know it?
He's running it into the. I get it. Like he's spamming it so people get annoyed by it. And
But do you know like the context of it or?
I don't know the whole context.
It was just it started from another stream. Some other guy just on the internet streaming, who like sings like in his streams. Like he just like he reads the chat and he just like reads what the chat says and just sings it into the mic. And then one guy just said ninja with a low taper fade in the chat. And the guy was like, ninja with a low taper fade. Like he just sings it. And then the soundbite came a big thing and they just kind of photoshopped ninja with a low taper fade on him. And then it just became it just blew up from there. I'll show you the clip. I'll play the clip. You know what I mean? But
imagine if ninja got a low taper fade. Imagine if ninja got a low taper fade.
yeah, it was funny. That was really funny. There was Streamer Award, which was voted by the streamers, like the streamer's favorite streamer.
Oh, so Kikesenet doesn't win everything. I get it.
No, yeah, it was streamer's favorite streamer, and the person who won that was a guy named NMP Lol. Now,
Who's that?
Yeah, so NMP Lol, he's a pretty much like one of the OG streamers. He's been around for like 13, 17 years. Before Twitch was even Twitch. It was called Justin TV before that. And it was a whole different thing. I'll explain to you after. But this guy
I'm
was
learning about all this too, guys.
Yeah, this guy was OG Twitch. He's been around for so long. And one of the things about him was that he has been in a relationship for like the last 10 years. And he recently broke up with the girl was like, she's also a streamer too. She was also on the stream. But then they broke up because she doesn't want kids and he did want kids.
That's spicy.
And 10 years.
Could you imagine putting your whole relationship out for the public like that?
No,
That's
they're
crazy.
very good at how they manage a relationship in public.
Well, no, it's two streamers. Like,
Yeah.
so I get, but that's wild.
But then after they broke up, she basically admitted that like not that she didn't enjoy it, but that she was never for the streaming world. she really liked putting on events because they put on events and stuff like that. She just like preferred like off camera. So then after the breakup, she kind of just like faded out. You know, when she went back into her home, you know, doing her thing. That's fine. But like, it was like a new phase of Nick's life, which is his name, NMP Low's life, and like, it was such a weird vibe because you know, like when you're comfortable with certain things, like, and then they just change automatically. Like that was one of those things for Twitch where it was like you expected Nick to be in a relationship with Milena was her name, and everyone just like, you know, loved them. Like it's one of the relationships on Twitch. Like yeah, but then when they break up, it's like damn, bro, that sucks.
That broke a lot of people's hearts.
Yeah, it did.
It's crazy how streaming is like, because I consider streaming niche, but the fact that there's a streamer in Mexico who gets 1 million people to,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Granted, it was
insane.
a special event, but he does go crazy. That guy does go crazy. He's like Kai Cenat, probably even more.
Kai Cenat averages, like, he can get 500,000 people, like, in the snap on a stream.
Yeah.
Especially when he has Nicki Minaj. He hosts so many people. I don't doubt he can get close to 1 million.
I'm sure he will at some point. He will if he hasn't already.
Yeah, he I wonder the guest who he'll get, you know, like to
Yeah.
get 1 million, because he probably has a lot for 2025.
Oh no, I actually no. There's one more I forgot to mention. So it was the best room collab. There was Agent and Cinna. There was Kevin Hart and George Santos. There was Kai Cenat, Kevin Hart and Drewski, and lastly was Aiden Ross and Donald Trump.
That I
Have you seen that?
remember
You've seen
that
that?
when Donald Trump was doing his like podcaster and streaming run in I think it was
A few months ago, it was before
October.
yeah,
It was like right before the election. He did the JRE podcast. He did a run of streamers. That's very interesting. This isn't niche when you're getting the president of the United States.
Aiden Ross is huge. He got banned at some point from Twitch, so he's on Kick now.
because he does weird stuff.
Yeah, but that one I forgot to say that did win.
That should have probably won the award.
It did. You said it won.
It won.
Yeah.
It won the
I misspoke.
collab.
Yeah,
of
one
the
of
year?
the one collab.
Oh, that deserves to beat
Yeah,
Kevin Hart.
it just be Kevin Hart.
It was funny because that's funny, but having the president on your stream
It was
is
huge.
monumental to the
Yeah.
to the culture of streaming, and because there's so many different names. There's probably a lot of people at home who are like, "Who's Drewski?"
Yeah.
But if you showed them a picture of Drewski, they're like, "Oh, the guy
Prob-
in the commercial," you know,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
Google
yeah.
phone commercial. You know, like they know Kevin Hart. The fact that you're attracting A-list celebrities like Kevin Hart, who is an A-list celebrity, don't get on me for that.
And
You can
no,
put it on the comment if you
John
don't like Kevin.
Cena too, Nicki
John
Minaj,
C-
like
exactly.
Yeah, he's getting a ton of rappers too. you
That's
know?
why Kai Cenat had a Nardwar interview.
Yeah.
And if you know who Nardwar is, then you know if you have a Nardwar interview, you are a big somebody. Nardwar only interviews people that everyone wants to know about.
Yeah.
So it's streaming is taking on a whole new thing, and the streaming awards is becoming
Yeah.
watch out, Oscars and Grammys. You guys, they're not pulling those numbers that
Yeah.
the streaming awards are gonna pull.
So back to Nick. So yeah, the breakup was huge for. And then so after that, the preceding
NM Law.
NMP
NMP
LOL.
Law. I think I've seen his YouTube channel. a few
maybe.
times.
Yeah.
He knows who to pick.
Yeah. But no, because the whole thing with Playboy Cardio was that, he because you have to pay money to get these guys on. Your stream.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt.
He paid like some $1 million to get him on
So
stream.
Playboy Cardi.
Some rapper, I think it was Playboy Cardi.
That's not
But
worth it for any
then-
rapper.
When Playboy Cardi actually came on stream, he had like a mask on and was like very quiet, and then like he said thank you, and then he kind of left. That was it. And
Oh
then
my lord.
it was a whole thing. I think he tried to get his money back because like he paid a lot of money for that 5 minutes of him doing that, like very very just like soft voice. People say he was on drugs. I don't know, but
I
yeah.
don't doubt it. It's most rappers.
But yeah, hey guys. So the camera shut off because it overheated. So we're gonna just move on a little bit. So, Ludwig, what is going on with Ludwig? I have a whole thing. I wrote it down last night I'm gonna read it out loud and we're gonna go over it. Okay.
Let's do it.
This whole paragraph right here. Okay.
Well, now I'm tapped into Ludwig because of you.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to get him in front of Ludwig. Please, Lord, let's do that.
So Ludwig is one of my personally my favorite YouTuber / streamer. I enjoy him a lot. He's like my biggest inspiration in terms of like YouTube and stuff. So I'm gonna read this out loud. Ludwig had recently shut down his company Off-Brand due to some recent staffing changes where someone took a new title and thus going through the paperwork discovered the company has been doing worse than it had seemed. And that Ludwig hasn't been paid out for the sponsors he's done for the past couple of years, resulting in him missing out on $3 million. And that money was actually being used to fluff up the numbers of the company. Now, again, all of this was discovered when they had some new staff changes. Ludwig was completely oblivious to this happening. If he didn't act fast, i.e., shutting down the company, he would have had to shut down his other company as well within a few months because of how much money he would have been losing. And after watching his stream, I watched his stream the day he released a video. One of the reasons he gives was because he simply wasn't a big enough streamer, meaning he simply did not have the income to keep the company alive.
Whoa.
This has also influenced his decision to now mainly stream on Twitch because now his goal is to grow as a streamer, which apparently he hasn't done over the last 3 years. He has been on YouTube.
That is insane.
Yeah.
The man's a millionaire and doesn't know it. His own company.
He's been a millionaire. He knows he's a millionaire, but
like he has millions being withheld from him,
and he doesn't notice it. That's the difference. He doesn't notice the money.
A lot of money.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot. It was funny because I was watching the stream, and when he announced that, when he said like he's missing like $3 million, so another streamer called him and said, "Hey, I know you're kind of strapped for cash now, but I know you owe me like $100. So I mean, hey, if you can just slide that over, that'd be great." That was funny. Yeah,
he should not owe anybody.
Yeah.
His own company was withholding that from him?
It was some guy in the position that like had to deal with the money.
His finances, his bookkeeper or something.
Well, I guess the way he phrased it to me was that the guy just didn't know what he was doing and then thus thought the money was going towards the company. And Ludwig, you know what it means to do a sponsor, right? You on your stream, I'm like, hey guys, today's stream is sponsored by this guy. He never got that money when he would do the sponsors.
Yeah, what was it, Manscaped?
It's
That's the one a bunch of people use.
Manscaped is a common one, yeah. MeUndies.
Yeah.
What is it? The food delivery one, where it's like a.
Yeah, that's the one that a lot of people are using right now.
Yeah.
Flavor something.
I don't know.
Yeah. Until you sponsor us, we're not even gonna shout you out. We have products at the day, okay?
Yeah. So to my knowledge, I don't think Ludwig knew about it until recently when one of his friends took actually the position and then was reading the paperwork and was like, this is not adding up, and thus this happening, and he had to shut down his company fast because then he would have had to shut down his other company within a few months. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't fathom that. Like, oh my gosh, dude,
that's huge.
Yes, and then for somebody in his position,
yeah,
to be like that, wow. Yeah, bookkeeping is so important, guys. Get yourself a bookie that you like. Get yourself a financial expert who you trust with your life. Somebody you grew up with, preferably.
Maybe, yeah. That's crazy though. That's what happened recently. That's it. Yeah.
How does that make you think about like the landscape of streaming? Since like one of the biggest dudes is getting, we see the top dudes right now in like financial situations that are not good, man. So like, I think there's too much money influx into these things, man.
I think
from what it looks like,
it's interesting to ask that because I think for Ludwig, he's very much like, I think he's one of like the better YouTubers out there. Like he has good intentions. He does his best. He's not perfect, obviously, but like he hasn't gone to like a big scandal or anything.
Right.
For Ludwig, he understands. He's very much a YouTuber where like he understands the landscape. He understands everything. I think when it comes to his company, he's aware that if he himself is not a big enough streamer, if he doesn't have the income or the power, the ability to uphold this company, everything falls down. Because when it comes to YouTuber companies, is that it's around the YouTuber. It's around, because with the CEO, if the CEO dies, the company still runs. That's fine. But if the YouTuber goes out that built the company falls apart. Who cares?
Yeah, because you need the face. You need the person who's been running it. I have a favorite YouTuber of mine called Flemlo Raps. He covers a lot of football. He does a lot of he bases stories around different players, different things going on. He recently had an awesome video about one of my favorite quarterbacks, Andrew Luck, and how he had an identity crisis. He got an injury where he had to cut his career short. And so he was just using Andrew Luck to show how your idea of yourself changes as you grow older and the environment you're in. How if you're a star athlete, after you retire, it's a whole different mind state you're going to be in. And so he does these really great documentaries based around football.
Yeah.
And so if Flemlo Raps no longer was in the picture and doing these, if it wasn't him doing it, then who's gonna do it now? And nobody can replace. He's irreplaceable. So
Mhm.
that's an interesting take on that.
Yeah.
That if the YouTuber is gone from the channel,
Yeah.
there it goes.
Yeah.
Man.
I think the only channel that's been able to do that where the main guys like kind of dipped was Smosh. You seen Smosh?
Yeah.
So yeah, Anthony
old
Padilla
school.
and Ian, Anthony Padilla eventually left, so they have half the main characters. They kept going for a while. I'm pretty sure the views like took a hit because obviously they were taking millions before Anthony left, and then after Anthony left, like it just wasn't the same. Then after they came back, and there's like a whole new company, it's a whole new thing around now. That's like one of the few channels that have survived like taking a hit to like the main cast. You know what I mean? So when it comes to Ludwig, like again, this comes back to like him not being a big enough streamer. Like he didn't have the income, he didn't have the fan base to support his companies, and he admitted that on stream. Like, yeah, that's just the truth about it.
That's Ludwig.
Yeah.
Admitting that.
I think he's very humble for saying that in terms
That's
of like
super humble. He
Yeah.
could. People in his position would like posture and would really fake the funk, and
yeah,
they'd fake it until they make it. That's
Yeah.
always been the thing in Hollywood, But for that transparency, I think that's gonna reward him. I think it's gonna keep him his loyal core fan base that can support him. And yeah, he's so much easier to downsize a streamer or a YouTube company than it is a whole
Yeah.
organization, because then you have to fire all these people. But
Yeah.
with YouTube, it's like, okay, we're just gonna
Yeah.
cut down the amount of videos, cut down the amount of hours,
yeah,
let go of other editors. I'll do the editing myself, something like that,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it changes the whole game.
yeah, for sure. So that's just what happened. That happened recently, like a couple days ago. So
Dang. Well, we're here for you, Ludwig. If if you want to come through, we'd love to be on a stream, something like that. Get my boy Adrian on a stream.
yeah,
That'd be great.
I'm basically Kevin Hart. So yeah,
That's the crossover we
Yeah,
need. Ludwig
yeah.
and Adrian.
yeah,
That's the divine crossover that God's appointing. So we're gonna take a little turn into something here, and we're gonna have a little time to talk about Christmas.
yeah,
I think it's a beautiful time of the year, and I just wanna ask Adrian right here, and ask you guys at home, what's your favorite part of Christmas? What makes Christmas time for you? For me, it's these hats. I feel like once the Christmas hats get broken out, it changes everybody's mood. I was at work and I was wearing a blue Santa hat, and just people just smiling at me, and it's easy to take yourself seriously and be like, oh, you look like a joke, you look like a kid, you look like a fool. But when you see like the children are like, Christmas,
yeah,
the kids start looking at you like with all this joy, like Christmas. And then even like the most unexpected things, like, where I work, you get all these different customers walking in, and like it'll be tall people who are like towering over me. They look kind of threatening if it was certain, if I said something wrong to them, but they're like, Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
like they turn on the cheer instantly.
yeah,
And I think like the Christmas sweaters, things like that, really, it makes this time of year so beautiful. It makes this time of year something that in a year where it's been full of turmoil, and all these different things, is we just talked about
Yeah.
CEO stuff happening. It's such a beautiful time to just try to at least end the year on a good note. You can at least take this time to know that people are trying to get in touch with their families. People are trying to be a little more festive. Christmas trees going up, things like that. I think, and once you see the Christmas hats come out, it's a sign of a great part of the year. You've made it. You've made it another year, and we're about to get into the next one. So I think that the Christmas hats make Christmas time such a great part for me.
I think for me, the thing that gets me into like the Christmas zone, I guess, where it's like, okay, now it's Christmas. It's when me and my dad, because every year, when I was a kid, still to this day, whenever it's time for Christmas, we go get the decorations from the attic in the garage. So just whenever I see those boxes just come down and being like, oh, these are the Christmas boxes where all the decorations are coming from, that's when I know it's Christmas time. Because how it goes is just like my dad. He comes up to me, he's like, hey, we got the stuff out. Let's go get the stuff out. Get the ladder. We put the ladder against, set the ladder up in the garage and start going from like we just go up there, grab the box, bring it back down, and just back and forth for a little bit. And it's just, that is what indicates the beginning of like Christmas time, that kind of era. Because that's the when, the decorations come out. That's when we put the lights up, usually. My dad's getting old, so he doesn't want to do it now this year. But, yeah. But, But yeah, no, like that's for me. Like it's when the boxes come out. That's when Christmas has started.
Yeah, and November is gone, you know.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's done.
Yeah.
The ignored holiday can be fully ignored now. We can put it down because
Yeah.
now it doesn't exist. Such a weird time, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's such a cool time of the year, man. And again, I think in the last episode, I really talked a lot about how this time of the year, it's not always festive for everybody. Everybody has their different reasons. I've met a lot of people who don't celebrate Christmas this year, more than I remember in the past. There's more people now who don't really celebrate Christmas. I know even for myself, my family's kind of, we're kind of broken up, so we don't celebrate it the same way we did. But I think for all you out there who are just trying to keep a semblance of jolliness around, I want to encourage you that at least, with somebody like me, we love this time of year when there can be peace on earth and things like that, when we can promote that this time of year. So, if you love Christmas, let it out. Shout it everywhere, because that's that positivity that's gonna really, it's gonna cause Christmas miracles. It's gonna cause, and that's besides the whole point of whether or not Jesus' birthday is actually December 25th, blah blah blah, pagan holidays, blah blah blah. I don't believe that there's any sort of evil spiritual forces that can dominate this time of year if everybody's coming together out of love. I don't believe there's no way Satan can take control of any of this.
Yeah.
Any of it. We can get caught up in the presence and the greed and the capitalism and all these different things. We can get distracted. There's a lot of distractions, but I think if we're focused on love, if we're focused on family, on celebration, what is there to celebrate? There's so much going wrong. Celebration that we're getting into the new year. This is the last time for the new year we get to see some of the people who, we don't know what next year's coming. This might be the last time you get to celebrate with somebody. Yeah. This might be the last Christmas. I had no idea the last Christmas I spent with my grandfather would be the last one. No idea.
Me too.
And I know that my grandfather did everything he could to make Christmas awesome.
Yeah.
Opened up his house even though he didn't want to. To
get out.
You can see it. It's like he's not the type who likes big old things, and he doesn't. He wasn't ever like that. And so the fact he would deny himself that way, right there, the sacrifice for it. That's a bigger present. Yeah. He didn't have to get anyone any gift. Why? Because he opened up the whole house. Mm-hmm. For your kids, your boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives to come together, eat all the food, dirty up his house, sleep over, have 50 kids laid out on the, all cousins, all related, just laid out in the living room and stuff.
It's funny. It reminds me Mexicans love introducing you to just strangers. They just do that. I have people in my family where it's my dad's hey, this is your great aunt, uncle's cousin, third's boyfriend. Meet him. And I'm like, okay, how's it going? Then my cousin's hey, here's my friend that I just met 2 weeks ago. Say hi to them. I'm like, okay, hi. I don't know why Mexicans do that. Stop. I don't want to meet your distant relative, dude. I'm good, I'm good here.
Cheerful. but no, I agree, bro. You meet a lot of people who you'll never. That's the point of what I'm trying to make, man. There's gonna be faces who pop in where it's who is that?
Yeah.
That's where the stories come from. That's where that's where the understanding of the family dynamics come from times like that. If you actually have family dynamics, do people come together? Do the kids actually get a chance to be the highlight of everything? Yeah. So many times the kids kind of get just told what to do all year. But I think around Christmas time, it's such a great time to just be this is all for you guys. And even though it comes out of the adults' pockets, and trust, Christmas gifts get me mad too, guys. I have a lot of takes on Christmas gifts being so expensive. I don't think money should not matter. Your price tag doesn't matter to your gift. But when we can just give to our kids, just here. Because we love. Why do they deserve a kiss? Why do they deserve a gift? Naughty or nice and all that. It's because we love you. It's because of all the times you were nice this year. All the times you were a good son, a good daughter, a good cousin, a good nephew. All those times. This is a chance for me to let you know, reciprocate it right back to you.
I think Christmas is a good example of unconditional love,
Exactly.
where it's like, because when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, my kid was bad, I won't get him a gift. But then I got input where it's like, if you don't get them gifts for Christmas, good luck in their retirement home. Like you won't get to see your kids. And I'm like, huh, that makes sense. And then growing up, I'm like, even if they were bad, even if they were like, annoying, my little sister, but like, you still love them and you still want to give them that joy of Christmas. And it's like, I still love you. It doesn't matter what you do. I still love you and I want to show that to you. And then when they grow up, they'll appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like when you, despite if they're being naughty or nice, you just give them a gift. I think that's one of the greatest things about Christmas is that unconditional love.
Yeah, I put a little post out on IG, on my personal page that was asking about the best Christmas gift you've received. And I know for me, I spoke about it in the last episode about the acoustic guitar that made me tear up and cry. Thank you, my Uncle Mac. I love you. And did you have a Christmas gift that you mentioned? What's the best Christmas gift you received?
The best Christmas gift
that could be in the last episode, but
I don't know. I know I talked about just like what made more Christmas stuff, but the best gift I've received. Oh man. I can talk about the most expensive one that I've received.
What was the most expensive?
I'm assuming was a metal detector.
That is so cool.
It was cool. I never used it because
that's still cool to have.
Yeah, it was cool. It's still there somewhere. I know where it is. Yeah, actually. But the coolest, I don't know. I think one of my favorite ones was just because when I was a kid, everyone knew that I liked Smurfs. That I liked the Smurfs. So whenever I got like Smurf stuff, I was like, yeah, this is fire.
We're gonna have to put a picture of the Smurfs up just for anybody who doesn't
I have a little metal box full of little Smurf collectibles.
That is so cool.
Yep.
Oh my lord, I didn't know you were a Smurf guy. That's so dope.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, that's a throwback.
It is a throwback. Yeah. So I got like little Smurf plushies, little Smurf things. And I used to like wear like little blue beanie, like in the shape of the Smurf hat.
That is cool.
I was a little nerd back then. I was a loser. But
a little Smurf nerd. Nah, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. And our homie Nick, the awesome member of the podcast, he put down that the PS5 he received from his dad was the greatest Christmas gift he ever got. And for all you gamers out there, you know how awesome it would be to unwrap a PS5 on Christmas. How much that's going to make you go crazy. Yeah. I remember when my brother got a Nintendo 64. It was his, but I went crazy.
Yeah.
It was, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, like moments like that are going to always prove invaluable. And I think as we continue to move forward in society and, in America, we have a lot smaller families now than I remember growing up. Our household was packed. So I think it's going to be super important for those core memories. Those are going to be the core memories for our children and for all those who are going to move forward and be like, oh, we celebrate Christmas. It's going to be like, oh yeah, because I got the Smurf stuff on Christmas, because I got the acoustic guitar. We should definitely give those back to our kids, and to everybody around. And that's why we have these hats on. That's why we talk about Christmas right now, man. So just had to get that jolliness in for our Christmas episode, man. Again, Merry Christmas from the Common Sense family to your family.
Merry Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, we have a couple lists we're gonna go through.
Let's get it.
Our top 5 or 10 Christmas movies.
We can do 5.
You can do 5? Okay.
We can do 5.
Mine are in no particular order, I guess, because, they're all pretty good. They're all, like, up there. Yeah. Do you want to go back and forth or just one after the other?
Oh, let's go back and forth.
Okay.
You can start it off.
So I think one of my most favorite ones is the Jim Carrey Grinch Who Stole Christmas. There's a lot of controversy because people don't like that. Some people don't like that. Some people do like it. I like it. I think Jim Carrey, one of my favorite actors of all time. He's amazing. And I think he blows it out of the park with this movie. His acting, I love the humor, the art style, the set pieces. It's all fun. It's all really cool. And I like it a lot.
I feel like the Grinch, that version of the Grinch has become so timeless that it's like you can walk into any house and that movie might be playing.
Yeah.
It's so many quotables in that.
Yeah.
Or when Max rips off the nose, so many quotables. It's such a good movie. Yeah, that shout out to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Santa Claus, yes.
That's my jam.
That one holds up.
Still to this day, and that movie came out in the early 90s, you know, so
Yeah.
like, or late 90s. Came out in the 90s. It's a 90s movie. So for you 90s babies, The Santa Claus with Tim Allen is a top tier Christmas movie, and it's still as good as it used to be.
I didn't understand the title until like recently because I just thought it was the Santa Claus, like the last name of Santa. But then I actually looked at the title and it was the Santa Claus, like a legal thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah, it's
that's
beautiful.
that's what that's it. Yeah. But that movie's great. I think for me, it also was it's a very personal one for me too because it's like me and my dad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
because it's about the boy and his father. The father becomes Santa Claus and he's like with his boy and all that stuff. I think that one really hits home for me. So I'm like, yeah, that's a good movie.
And it's like those 90s movies have the right amount of cheese, you know? So like
Yeah.
I think my generation's very cynical towards things and they don't like cheesiness and blah blah blah. But when you watch like the Santa Claus,
Yeah.
it's like those beautiful moments of a father and son,
Yeah.
the family dynamic of the father and the mom not being together. You see how it affects it. Like so many touching things in it. They're like, oh my gosh, like that movie has so much heart. And I think that's why Christmas movies specifically we're doing this list is because it's like a whole different
Yeah.
type of movie.
Yeah, and I think, and I realized later on too, it's crazy how personal it gets because it's like, later on the son in the movie, no, the Tim Allen, I guess he has a daughter as well, like a little sister. So like it's the older brother and little sister, and I have a little sister, so it's like it's really personal. I get really connected to this character, so that's what I love about it too.
Is
So,
that one of your tops?
probably a top? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I would say that maybe.
Okay, I'll give another one. All right, for
I
sure.
can,
No, go ahead, go.
okay, so I would also say Elf. Elf is an amazing.
That was
one.
the next movie I was gonna name.
That one's a banger. It's a banger. It's a banger movie. It's so quotable. It's a staple in my family. What else can you say? Will Ferrell's awesome too.
TBS now runs that movie on a 24-hour loop.
Really?
Yep, on Christmas they just run it.
That's awesome.
Elf, 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 elf. And they used to do that with the Christmas Story. I never liked the Christmas Story.
Was
but,
was that the one where it's like the little boy who's
Gets
like
kicked down the slide by Santa.
kicked on the side of Santa? I don't remember that one entirely. I don't think I've watched it. I think is it where like the icicle falls on him or something?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that one. Okay, that
He
makes
gets
sense.
his tongue stuck on the icicle and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's a Christmas Story. I didn't. Again, that movie used to be ran on a 24-hour loop, and so I think that's why I got tired of it. We
Yeah.
would watch it, I'd be like, it's not that funny.
That reminds me.
Whereas Elf was always funny. I still laugh at Elf.
Elf is awesome.
Yeah.
My family loves it. I don't know what is it about my family. They just like love to quote movies, and that's one of the movies that they quote.
Yep, all
Yeah.
day, all day. You're an angry elf.
Yeah. That reminds me of how you say like it was played on loop. There's one movie that came out that I started to hate because of how much it was played on TV. It was called The Life of Pi.
Wow, you hate that movie?
It left like a really bad taste in my mouth after how much it was played at the time.
Right.
But yeah, Life of Pi. I haven't seen it since. Like it came out and it was played on loop. But like,
Yeah. I don't think that movie deserves to be played on loop, but I love Life of Pi. I wouldn't watch it, for 24 hours, but that's a movie I will gladly throw on anytime.
all right, go for it. What's your next one?
My next one, Violent Night.
Violent Night. Okay.
I absolutely love Violent Night. It's Santa as a terrorist fighter. I don't know how to put it. A counter terrorist. It's great. It's a great thing where Santa's now out here catching bodies, putting people down because they're trying to harm a little girl and her family, trying to steal some money. And it's a great. I love Christmas action movies. Christmas action movies are like brilliant because it gives you all the heart and then it adds the violence to keep you entertained. There's no downtime, and I feel like a lot of Christmas movies get cheesy, but the action in a movie like Violent Night breaks it up so that you can enjoy the lighthearted moments a little more. You know what? I forgot to put on my list, which I'm gonna have to put it on now, but I'll add it. You can do your next one.
Okay. Next one would be, I would say Klaus. I don't exactly know how to say it. But
Klaus?
it's Klaus.
Klaus?
It's the animated one, 2D animated. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that movie.
The 2D animated one. I think it's a great movie. It's a great all around movie. The animation's lovely. Like I'm a huge animation buff, so the animation there is very beautiful. It's very lovely. I love the message it gives and like how the characters kind of grow as like people, and like you can see how their lives are changed by this mailman coming to the little town and just like fixing everything up. It's amazing. It's a great
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. That's a banger.
It's a
That's
banger.
an all-time classic. Oh my gosh. Next movie for me is Polar Express.
Okay.
Hot Chocolate gets me going. Still to this day, I love the Hot Chocolate song, but I think I love everything in that movie. It's such a beautifully animated movie. And even in 2024, when you look at animation and all that, that movie blows so many out of the water. You could tell there was a lot of heart put into that. Tom Hanks kills it, and everybody involved kills it in that movie.
I don't think I've seen it fully.
Oh, you should. It's worth it, bro.
Okay.
But it's also a good movie to just throw on in the background.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough. That's a fair point. Okay, so mine is also Charlie Brown Christmas.
That's on my list. Not that high, but it's on my list.
I think just the Peanuts movies in general, like for each of like the holidays, I think they all have like this kind of aura about them, where they kind of feel special. Like
Yes.
the Charlie Brown Christmas, I'm pretty sure it's like the one where Charlie Brown is like he goes to get like a little Christmas tree, and then like Linus gives a whole sermon on stage.
Yeah, it talks about Jesus and all that. Yep.
Yeah, like to me, thinking I haven't seen it in a little bit, but I think I just remember seeing that, and I think I just adored it. I don't know what it is about it. I just love like the kind of just the message it sends, the animation. It's old timey, so it's not good, but it's like it's good.
No, I think it's good. I mean, animation wise, it's probably like outdated, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
by the
absolutely.
look. But I think it's such an iconic art style
Yeah.
and it's like a time period piece as well. Where again, like the heart of the movie, it's shown in the way Snoopy comes on every scene. Like
Yeah.
just such a minor character, but so iconic. Snoopy, like you can catch Snoopy anywhere. Like
Yeah.
you can see him like as on the back of somebody, a sticker of him slapped on some random thing when you walk out of the house. And so like just the Peanuts is like unforgettable when you see it. And I think a Charlie Brown Christmas is like, that's what makes it like a heartwarming thing to even talk about it, you know? So like the Peanuts is like from a different time. I got to show my younger family members all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because those movies are awesome.
Yeah.
Those movies are awesome. Next one for me, and I had to add this one because I forgot. Talking about all the violence in Christmas movies. Home Alone. That one is eternally funny. Home Alone is always going to be hilarious. Everything about it. I remember watching it with my nephew Dylan and my niece Audrey. And oh my gosh, they couldn't stop laughing. It was like the first time seeing the movie.
Wow.
And I was just sitting down with them, and they're just cracking up, and I couldn't help but crack up too. It's like a timeless movie, and I think Home Alone's gonna always be funny. And then Violent Night, one of the best parts of Violent Night is all the homages, with the nail in the foot and the little girl like setting all these booby traps. There's a whole scene that mirrors Home Alone in it.
Yeah.
And that's something that Violent Night does really well. It plays on a lot of classic Christmas tropes and then puts it in the movie with a lot, but turns the violin up to 1,000.
That's cool.
And Home Alone is like, when you look at it in retrospect, it was very violent what he did to the Sticky Bandits. It was terrible what he did to them. And if it was real life, it would be...
They'd be dead.
Yeah,
Everyone knows that at this point. They would just be dead. You know?
Yeah.
The rust in the foot would have got him too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
When he jumps through the window and steps on all the glass, like he
Yeah.
wouldn't have been able to walk after that.
I would say I don't think I ever got into Home Alone because I didn't see it growing up. I wasn't able to connect it with it like that. So I don't know if I've even seen it fully, but I know I've seen a majority of it like recently, like, you know, in these past few years. So I don't have that emotional connection to it, but I see how it could have been a banger if I was a kid. If I saw it as a kid, I would have been like, yeah, this is a banger.
You didn't laugh at it as an adult?
I think for me, no, I don't laugh at it. I think it's not a bad movie. I think it's a great movie, but like for me also, like growing up, I wasn't like a huge gore or like, you know, body pain stuff. So like seeing the foot thing, I was like, oh,
Oh,
for me, that was how it was.
Oh, I feel you. That part, you never forget that, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the feeling. I was just, no, I'm good. I don't want to see it no more. But no, I mean, I don't have that emotional connection to it, but like I can understand. I definitely understand.
Yeah. You got another one?
No, that's my top 5. No particular order. Maybe like how I talked about it, you can tell like which one's my favorite. But yeah.
My final one, because Home Alone got added in last second, is Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a little Patreon episode on Die Hard. But I love just the imagery of Christmas in Die Hard. I love the arguments that Die Hard starts. It's a polarizing movie. There's a lot of you out there who don't believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And I'm going to say, go watch it again until you see that it's a Christmas movie. Because even the ending wraps it up beautifully. All this stuff we're talking about, family and everything, that's how it ends with him and his family, So like, it's unconventional for sure. And I think Adrian had never seen it, so I was just giving him a rundown of it. And to even like dissect the movie and the little elements they place throughout the movie, even with the ho 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 on the terrorist shirt and stuff like that, all the little things they do with it, it's so revolutionary. The movies, even from in two genres, from the Christmas side to the action side, it's a movie that I think if you don't have Die Hard, action movies aren't as cool in the future, and Christmas movies aren't able to approach that place where they can be edgy or be more intense, be more not just for the sake of violence, but they can kind of cater to a whole new audience, because grown-ups don't always like the cheesiness and the feel good, Yeah. But I think that's something that for the dads and the uncles and the brothers and the guys, they can all sit down and enjoy Die Hard, you know, and get away from the cheesy Hallmark movies. I don't know if you've ever seen Lifetime movies or anything like that.
I've seen a few Hallmark movies, yeah.
Like they can get too cheesy, and there's no stakes. A lot of Christmas movies are, I like the list that you have, because a lot of the movies have like stakes, and they have lows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Christmas movies that believe to be Christmas movies, there shouldn't be any sort of conflict. So it's kind of boring because you're just watching like these movies with no like rising action or anything. Yeah. Like there's nothing in it. It's just them decorating and being goofballs. And it's like, why is this appealing? But I don't think we're the audience. I'm the audience for that. I don't think it's for me. And I can see the type of people who would want to see that. But Die Hard's my number one favorite Christmas movie because I think it's engaging. It's a very engaging movie. John McClane is one of the best action heroes ever. Bruce Willis is magnum opus, and he's in a lot of good movies. And there's so many more reasons why Die Hard is awesome. But yes, it's my number one favorite Christmas movie.
I think I would say like it's not like a movie you'd put on if there are children around, maybe.
I saw it as a kid.
Okay, well, okay.
But yeah, it's gonna get your kids cussing. It's not the most family friendly movie. And it's definitely not a Christian movie at all. It's not something that is. It's not for the faint of heart. It's definitely something to put on for the adults mainly. But I think that's why I like it even more, is because it's not trying to lull you. It's not trying to convince you that it's a good movie. There's a lot of heart in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It has all the elements of a Christmas movie in it. It's just there's this other side of it that like you're not going to see in most other movies.
Every time I think of Die Hard now, I think of that one episode of Rick and Morty where they're in the arcade and like the aliens are trying to kill the Morty's sister. And they're like, "You're trying to do a Die Hard, aren't you?" I'm like, "No, this is not like Die Hard. I'm not gonna do Die Hard." Like, just like a note on someone's back or something. And then so they just like start referencing Die Hard. They just say like that, like they're doing a Die Hard. No, they're doing a Die Hard, like that kind of thing. That's all I think about now.
And so many that's what I was talking about. Is so many movies take from Die Hard, and they take from John McClane as a character. They pay a lot of respect to Die Hard, and even to make it American. Die Hard is like a true American classic movie. It's truly a movie that if you showed to somebody who wasn't from here, they'd be like, "Oh, this is what Americans like to watch."
Yeah.
So, and then it has great follow-up movies too. There aren't too many bad Die Hard movies. There are some, but most of them are good. But Die Hard 1 stands above the other ones because it's also a wholehearted Christmas movie.
Yeah. So, amen.
Yeah, that's
Coolio.
That's our top Christmas movies. Please leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite Christmas movies are. Let us know what you like. Let us know if Die Hard is a trash Christmas movie. Let us know. Tell us if you like The Grinch. Tell us if you prefer Santa Claus 2 to Santa Claus 1, because I've heard that crazy take before.
Santa Claus 2 is the one where it's like Jack Frost, right? And he's like,
I think that's like 3.
It's 3.
There's like 4 of them, dude.
I know there's 4. Wait, no, the second one is where they have like a toy factory and it's like the giant clones of Santa Claus.
Yeah, then the Santa Claus. Yeah.
That one was whack.
I've heard crazy takes.
Have you
It's
seen
just
it?
part one is I've seen all of them.
Okay.
I like all of them for what they are. I just don't compare any of them to the first because the first one is
First one's a classic, yeah.
it's so good.
All right. Well, we have a couple more things because we're going to be going on to the new year very soon. So we have a couple things for the new year. I think we should start off with what is it? We have like New Year's resolutions or goals.
For all you who love New Year's resolutions out there, here is Common Sense. Some of the hosts of Common Sense giving you our New Year's resolutions. I'm not a big New Year's resolution guy, but I understand the heart behind it,
Wait,
so
so
I'm gonna partake.
So why aren't you not like a big New Year's guy? New Year's
'Cause
resolution guy.
I think there's a year is a long time. And I don't think a lot of people feel it can feel like a short amount of time. It's only 52 weeks when you think about it.
Yeah.
So there's 52. But when you think of if you just try to play back all the weeks that we've been through this year alone, there's a lot that happens. We're on the second season of Common Sense right now.
Yeah.
In 1 year. Where we've interviewed multiple people.
Okay.
On the other platforms that we have.
Coming out soon.
I've dropped a bunch of music throughout the year. So all my goals, what I would have wanted to do at the beginning of the year, it's definitely changed by December.
That's fair.
100% changed. There's things that have been accomplished that might get accomplished quicker than you think. That might not be accomplished for another few years now. So does that mean your New Year's resolution is done? And I think that's what leaves people in kind of a cycle. Is they feel bad about, I want to lose 100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I only lost 20. 20 is good. Like, you lost 20, that's a great start, So, like, I think taking whatever victories you can get is so important to me. And that's why I try not to say New Year's, because I think there's a lot of stuff I've been working on since I was, like, 10 that I still want to achieve,
fair. That's fair. I completely agree with you in that sense. I think what comes into play now is just having realistic goals. You just have like a realistic, just set like a good goal to have, and then you work on it.
And that's why I like goals more. I like the
goals.
idea of goals more because goals is a never-ending thing.
Yeah.
And once one comes down, you'll see like you'll get 8 more. Once you accomplish your real goals, like getting fit, getting in shape, you're gonna see you being in shape changes the person who made the resolution at the beginning of the year because you're a totally new person.
Yeah.
If your goal is to get married, you're gonna see by the time you get engaged, it's gonna be totally different than what you imagined. You're gonna see getting a car. Once you have all that money in your bank account because you've been saving up for a car, you're gonna see like, I need this. I get better insurance. You're gonna see all these different things you can do now that you're becoming more financially responsible. All these different things happen, and that's why New Year's resolutions. You say realistic, but people, what I've seen in the past when I've made New Year's resolutions, I make lofty goals, but I kind of dream too much. It becomes more of a dream.
Okay.
And when we dream about things, dreams become like they can get distance from the reality of where you're at. It can feel far. But the truth about saving $1,000 is like you can actually do that quicker than you think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if your New Year's resolution is save $1,000, you can achieve that in January alone. You can achieve that right off the bat. So it's like, okay, what's the goal now? You got 1,000, save another 1,000. So now, now it becomes a something that's going to compile into something totally new. And you shouldn't stop just because you achieve something on a list,
absolutely,
like this short-term thing. Because a lot of your short-term victories add into life-changing things.
Yeah.
I never thought our Patreon would have any subscribers, bro. Never thought we'd have that. And all of a sudden we got 2. So like, for a lot of people, it's like, whatever, that's nothing. But for me, it's like, this is out of the realm of my thinking.
Yeah.
This is out of what I believed. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's better than any goal I had.
Yeah.
These things are better. So that's why I personally I like short-term gains a lot.
Yeah.
Because short-term gains add up humongously. So but I can make the New Year's resolution.
You just have to like reframe it. Like how I said, like, realistic goals, something that we'll see as we go on. You see my goals, you see how they, how I kind of phrase them. So yeah. Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Sure. I know one resolution I have for 2025 is to travel more. I really want to get out. I lived out of California for a few years, and now that I've been here for the last couple years, I really need to get out again. And,
Yeah.
only in the sense that there's a lot more of just America I need to see. There's a lot more reasons for me to go out of the country now, actually. There's a lot of people overseas who like, hey, what's up? And different possibilities and different things that I've seen. And I make music and stuff like that. And believe it or not, hip hop is not very loved in America as much as it's loved overseas. It's a new art form in many other places. So that my mind's expanded. So I think in 2025, a New Year's resolution I have is to travel more. I really need to travel more.
Amen. I think I have that too in a sense. I haven't traveled in a bit, but I really want to travel. So that's good. Okay. I have so my first set of goals are like for my career stuff. Then I have some pipe dreams that not for just 2025, but just like for some time in the future. I'd love
Let's
to do.
get it.
And then I have a personal goal. I'll do the pipe dreams after the personal goals, and I have pod goals as well. Stuff for the pod.
Hey,
So do you have like a lot, or like how's your list looking?
I have.
Okay, we'll just do like one, me and then you, and then do all of mine, then we'll do all yours.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So we can just, start back and forth. Okay. So my goals for 2025, my career goals is to enjoy streaming and making videos. I think not that I don't right now, I really do. I think it's something that I struggle with is coming up with video ideas and stream ideas.
Right.
So like when I go live and I don't have a plan, I'm like, oh man, the stream is not doing as good as I would hope it would do, or the stream isn't as quality as I hope it would be. So I'm really hoping to have, I guess, better quality streams and have more fun with the stuff that I'm doing, so I can, make more stuff.
Yeah. Inspire that creativity. That's
Absolutely. So for numbers, I guess would be like I want at least 5K subs by the end of the year. By the end of the year, I know I can do it. I just it comes back to making the good ideas, the videos. So that's my goal: 5K subs at the end of the year on YouTube. And now for Twitch, since I'm streaming on Twitch,
Oh yeah.
I want at least 1K Twitch followers, which is subscribers basically on YouTube. So 1K Twitch follows. For me, I don't know if it's possible, but we'll see. It hasn't even started yet, so we'll find out.
You.
Okay. I want to average about 20 viewers in a stream, not per stream, but I want one stream where I just average 20 viewers. That one's the most unrealistic goal on my list, I think, so far. That one, not because I can't do it, but because it's like to grow that much in a year, it's pretty, difficult. So I gotta.
Yeah.
But that one's a goal that I have. Just have one stream where I just average 20 viewers. That's all I want to do. I want a video to hit 10K views. I don't have a 10K view video yet. So I want to hit that. I want to hit that next year. I know I can do it. I have an 8K view video, 9K view video somewhere. So 10K is my goal next year. Okay. Go the entire year without quitting or taking a long break. I've done this twice this year. We can talk about it a little bit because it's when I joined the church. I took a long break for making videos after, everything that happened. So I don't want to do that again. I want to have a whole year of just posting videos, not taking a break. And then October, I tried to commit myself to a project that I ultimately did not finish, which unfortunately, it sucks. But I took a long break and I don't want to do that again. I want to have a whole year of just constant videos coming out. That's the goal. And then I have a couple more. I want to upload at least 100 videos.
Ooh, that's work, boy.
At least 100 videos. There's 365 days in a year.
It's possible.
That's
Very
about
possible.
a video every 4-ish days.
Very possible.
Possible. I want to do that this year. I want to befriend a fellow YouTuber / streamer in my general
Ludwig.
bracket,
Come through, Ludwig.
Yeah, it definitely, yeah. He's struggling too, you know what I mean? So, no.
We're all in it together, Ludwig.
Yeah. I just want to befriend someone to have that same bracket to like balance like ideas or like concepts, stuff that's like someone that's like doing what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like Minecraft or streaming, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And lastly is go to TwitchCon. I want to go to TwitchCon. That's a convention that Twitch holds. I haven't been to it yet. I really want to go, so I'm gonna go there this year for sure. Okay, that's my first set of lists. You can go through yours now.
Dude, that's really dope, man. 5,000 subscribers that's the goals that I respect. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that I think, dang, that's more than a resolution.
Yeah.
It's more than a New Year
That's a
thing.
goal, you know.
It's more than a New Year thing, you know. All right. So for the pod, I'll just stick with the pod right now. Right now, as a New Year's resolution for Common Sense, I want more guests. I really want to have at least 10 guests on next year. And that's, break it up however we want and however many episodes it's going to take. I want to have at least 10 guests. You know, some of you watching at home, love to have you on here to talk some common sense, you know. I really want to engage our audience more. I want to get to know the people who are watching because I don't know where some of these views are coming from, you know. Like, we have a random amount of views some days, and I would love to know you guys who are actually out there, you know, and I would like to get at least 10 comments under every video moving forward, you know, finding out how to get more engagement from the audience so that they're always active in it. You know, I want to come up with content that drives that, gets people talking. I really want to do more of that stuff. That's why I love talking about what's happening with everything in the world and really getting into it, talking about topics that affect everyone, not so much just talking about ourselves, you know. I would love to finish my Bible in a year, next year. That's the biggest thing, and I want to, for the sake of having more biblical content on the Common Sense podcast. I want a lot more biblical content here because I know that we touch on a lot of things, including bringing up like I brought up like my favorite movies, Die Hard. Like Christians would be appalled. Like, you like action movies and violence and cursing? Like you like these things? But I would love to divulge like how biblically you'd have to have a stomach for like some sort of violence if you're reading the Old Testament. Yeah. You know, like you're gonna tell me to read the Old Testament, but I can't watch like a movie, you know. So, but of course, you know, I understand spiritually those things. So making common sense more spiritual, that is what I want to do. I want that side to be even more. I want to win souls for Jesus on this podcast, you know. But even more than just being biblical, I'd also love to get some more opposing views and directly onto the pod. You know, I want to have people who believe different. I want to have some Muslim guests. I want to have some LGBT guests. I want to have some people who maybe, you know, trans people on the show. Yeah, you know, different things like that. I'd really love to get people from other cultures. I'd love to have guests who are engaging with Mas Mexicano, you know, who are Mexican American but don't speak Spanish just like us, who can relate. You know, I'd love for this podcast to be more for the people. You know, not so much just you and I talking. You know, just the guests. You know, but I would love for it to become a community thing. So growing the community on this pod, you know, it's definitely a goal for the Common Sense podcast. I want to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube for the Common Sense podcast. I want us to have 100. 1,000, 5,000 would be great. Yeah. But I just want to get to 100. We're at 49 right now. So if you have a friend, please share it with your friend. Share it with your friend. Share it with your friend. And I would love, this is the big one, getting Common Sense to the Streamer Awards. You know, it passed us by this year. It hit us quicker than we thought, you know. We said we were going to be there, but I think getting there next year is definite. We're going to be at that one. Okay. And you know, we're going to have some content and we're going to get that going. We're going to interview Ludwig. You know, that's the goal. That's the pipe dream. It's a little pipe dream, but you know, those are some of the New Year's resolutions I have and goals I have for the Common Sense podcast. I have a few for the pod as well. Let me go through them as well. So mine is a little bit different from yours. I want to get 500 subscribers on the Common Sense channel. Woo, 500. See, so mine is gonna be great. Yours is gonna be awesome. We'll see. I'll be happy with 100 too. I'll be happy with 100, but I think 500 is possible. We can probably get there. We'll find out. You know, we'll come back to this in a year. We'll see. Get a 500 view podcast episode. I want one to have 100 views just to get up there. You know, that's good. Have a regular upload schedule along with the Patreon episodes. Oh yeah. I want to have a constant rate of episodes going out. So we'll work on that.
And yeah, that's it for my podcast goals. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do music, and for the theme song to the Common Sense podcast is a song I have called "Play This." Is it real? It's gone. It's done good numbers for me. I've never had. That's like my second song I ever put out streaming. So I'm very proud of it. But I have a lot of goals for my music. I want to drop an album next year. Not just an album, but like a studio quality album. So that's really a goal I have. I want to get all the songs I currently have on streaming. I only have 4 up to 1,000 plays. So I want all those to be at 1,000. I want to get better at marketing my music. So not just making random videos, but actually having like a rollout and actually getting better at growing a target audience and understanding these things. I really want to do that. I'd love to have a career within music, meaning mixing. I have experience mixing. I have experience with behind the soundboards, behind the scenes. I have experience songwriting. So I really want to get a career that's involved with music making. I would love to shoot a music video. I've never done a music video for my music, and I think I have a few songs that can now are worthy of that. I've been waiting to have like a banger, and
That's
I
good.
think I found one. I found a couple that I can get some music videos out of. I really want to collaborate with more artists. I really want to have more features. I want to be featured on more people's stuff. So when I turned Christian in 2016, I gave music up. I gave up pursuing a rap career and all these things, and pursuing singing, all these things. I couldn't sing before I was a Christian. I developed my singing voice as a Christian, and I never thought that God would put me on a path to do these things. But everywhere I went, even after I gave it up, he kept pushing it towards me. And it was always easy for me to pursue it once a little bit of a chance to make a song was there. But I think God's always kept that like next to me, like, no, you need to do music. And so I really want to answer my calling with it. That's why I am a Christian rapper. That's why I do sing a lot of praise music. That's why I do make music of a spiritual nature. So I really want to do all these things for the glory of God. This is very easy to get caught up on my own ego, but I really want to become more of a Christian artist, more of an artist who is, when they hear Peter Rico, when they're tapped in with me, like they know it's going to be like spiritual music. They want those spiritual bars. They want all those things, so shout out to the homie Desi Yates, who was talking, who we were going back and forth about just bars and stuff, and he really hyped me up and really got me to a place where I was like, okay, where there's a little more belief in myself in it. And rappers have big egos, and as a Christian, you cannot have a big ego. So
Yeah.
it conflicts all the time. But I don't want to just balance it. I want to serve God the way that, with the talents that he's given me, so please pray for me out there. Please pray for all these goals with my music and with Common Sense, please.
Amen, bro. Those are great goals. Okay, so that's actually okay. Now I have 2 personal goals that I have. I want to get under 170 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at 195 ish. I want to get under 170. It's all it is just eating less for me. I want to get there. I don't like being a little low. I don't like this.
I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you're going to though, bro.
But yeah, no, that's one of my goals, just to eat a little bit less, get under 170. We'll see. I don't know if it's realistic, but we'll see. Find out. And then you inspired this one right now. Is travel more. I haven't traveled. I think I said that right. Yeah, I want to travel more. That's what I want to do. Get. I want a pipe dream would be to go to New York. I haven't been.
Ooh,
I want to go to New York. I want to go there. I want to visit.
okay.
Check it out. And then, oh yeah, pipe dreams. I do pipe dreams too.
Go ahead.
Make this podcast, and YouTube my full-time job. That's the pipe dream.
Oh, baby.
Full-time, just doing this stuff. I want to do that. That's my
Okay.
dream. And then my last pipe dream is to have a video that gets 1 million views. Yeah. That's a pipe dream right there.
That would be great for 2025. Dude, I would love it.
Pipe dreams, no, they're meant for just like eventually, like not even 2025. But if it happened 25, that'd be awesome.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah. But that's everything. That's all I got. But you got anything else?
Man, pipe dreams, dude. I want to own a home in California.
I'm just kidding. No.
100%. No, it's fine to laugh at it. I don't need. It's hard for me to believe in it right now.
I'm laughing at the difficulty of how that'd be, but I respect that. I want a home too.
I feel like I have to go out of state to have a home. I don't think I can have a home here. I don't believe I can ever have a home here. But just too expensive. It'd be
Yeah.
dumb for me to buy a home here. That's what I feel like.
But you
it'd be
could,
stupid.
you could just work for it, you know.
We just got to get this YouTube going.
Yeah.
And work that full time. Get some of that Ludwig money. But nah, maybe not Ludwig money because that kind of got confused. But you know, get some big time money so that I can actually buy a home here.
Yeah.
I want to a pipe dream. I want to have. I want to own a Rolls Royce. That's for sure. I've always wanted a Rolls Royce.
Is that a watch or
It's
is
a
it
car.
a car? Okay, I was gonna take a guess.
I've never. That's a Rolex. A
Ah.
Rolex is cool. I'm not. Watches are too expensive. But I've always loved how Rolls Royce looks. And I don't even like. I'm not a car guy like that, you know. But I've always loved how a Ghost looks. It's such a beautiful car, and they don't even run that well. They're not. They're just literally just to look at. And I would love to have one. That would be like. That's a big pipe dream of mine. And I didn't realize how much of a pipe dream it was until I saw how
The price tag.
expensive cars are, you
Yeah.
know, and how crazy it is to manage them,
Yeah.
you know. So I definitely want a Rolls Royce. I'll let the world know that now. Rolls Royce, hit me up.
Sponsor us. Yeah.
Sponsor us, please. That'd be dope. And I would love to be sponsored by upper echelon companies, you know, like Nike and stuff. I'd love for Common Sense to have that, you know, for us to have a crazy sponsor like that attached to us, you know. So that's definitely something those are some pipe dreams I have for myself, you know. So own a home in California with the Rolls Royce. And we're sponsored by Nike. You feel me? So it would be cool.
I respect it.
It would be amazing, man. And these aren't things that these are all things I'm figuring out how to do, you know.
Yeah.
Still figuring out how to do, but those are, you know, because I respect the things you put down.
Yeah.
Put out there, man. I really respect that, dude.
Just be honest, you know?
A million views. Anybody who makes YouTube videos, you know how crazy it is just to
Yeah.
get 1,000 views. Like it could be difficult to get up there, but that's very inspirational, man. For me personally, I just gotta let you know that.
That's good, man. I'm glad. Okay. So now that we've got the goals out of the way,
Right.
I want to do predictions.
Oh,
Do you have any? Do you have a lot or a few?
have a lot.
Go for. Okay. I have actually. I can only come up with one. That's the only. I can only come up with one. One that I could think. I'll go for it. I think this is a Ludwig thing again. I think Ludwig, because Ludwig is dating Cutie Cinderella, like I mentioned before. They're dating. I think they're gonna get engaged next year. That's all I can predict. That's all I can predict. That's all I'm getting the vibe for this year. Just they're getting engaged. I think I maybe said that last year, but maybe this year. This is the year. I don't mean to be too parasocial with that, but like I just get the vibe. I don't know. I get the feeling.
No, I'm with it. You're just invested in it.
Yeah.
I believe we're gonna see a major TV company go bankrupt in 2025.
Okay.
I believe we're gonna see something like Time Warner Cable go out of business. Maybe not Time Warner Cable, but we're gonna see something crazy like that, like
What gives you the vibe?
ABC.
What gives you the hunch that might happen?
Pro sports is down, and every pro sports viewership is down on TV.
Wow.
All of them.
Wow. Okay.
YouTube TV is hosting the Super Bowl again this year. Last
Really?
year they hosted it.
Wow. Okay.
That's big.
That
People
is
don't
big.
realize the cosmic shift that is.
Yeah.
Because it's subtle the way it all happens, but I believe we're going to see one of the major networks go bankrupt.
Wow.
Not to hate on you guys. I'm just saying, you guys getting stale.
Yeah.
You guys need to figure out how to get Kai Cenat on there or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't have an easy answer. Get Common Sense on there, but we get as many views as you guys get, and you guys pay so much more money. So that's, I believe,
Okay.
one of the major TV networks in America are gonna go bankrupt.
Okay. Okay. Good. That's good to know.
That's a big one. I believe we're gonna see gas go under $3
Ooh.
for at least an expanded time. So for like 3 to 5 months, we're gonna see gas go under $3
Like from now, or
next
like
year. Yeah,
for
next
like a
year.
span of during a
Three
span of
3 to 5 months
Okay.
in 2025. We're gonna see a small time of prosperity with it
Okay.
before the tariff stuff goes
Okay.
crazy. So yeah, I'm giving you these giant world things.
Yeah. Go for it. I wanted to come up with some world stuff, but I just don't know.
I believe Taylor Swift is coming out in the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar. I believe it, 100%.
Oh, as like a performance. Okay.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar. Please comment who you think Kendrick Lamar is gonna bring out during the Super Bowl, because there's a lot of possibilities, but I think Taylor Swift is a surefire one without a doubt.
I would beg to differ. I would say Chaperone or Sabrina Carpenter. I think those two are huge right now. You know who those are?
Does he have a song with them?
Who?
Kendrick?
No, I don't know about Kendrick, but I think those two might show up. They're huge right now.
I don't believe it.
They'll be huge by the Super Bowl. When is it?
That is February 8th.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
The thing I'm saying is Kendrick is the Super Bowl halftime. Kendrick Lamar is doing the Super Bowl halftime. Confirmed.
Okay,
He's
confirmed.
doing it. So now I just have to look at his set list of who he's going to
Yeah.
bring out. And I think the underrated one is Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift was very popular with, she's dating a pro football player
Yeah.
named Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
He's on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They're one of the favorites to get back to the Super Bowl. Another prediction: Chiefs won't make the Super Bowl this year. They're not gonna make it. Sorry. It's Josh Allen's time, I think. But if not this year, Josh Allen, I don't know if you're ever gonna do it. But
Time's ticking, boy.
I think the Chiefs missed the Super Bowl, but I think we're gonna see Taylor Swift in there with Kendrick Lamar at the halftime show.
And so Taylor Swift is not confirmed, right?
No,
No,
the
okay.
guests are not confirmed. Only Kendrick. Kendrick could
Oh.
do the whole show himself, but I don't think he's gonna do that.
Okay, no. Then if that's the case, I don't think it's Sabrina Carpenter or Chaperone. I just don't think the vibe fits.
No, they don't. They don't have a song. Taylor Swift and Kendrick have a song
I
together.
can see that. I can see.
They have a song together.
Definitely. Okay, I'll give you that.
So that's why it's, to make these giant predictions, you need some basis. So I don't have like, I can't make baseless
Yeah.
predictions. You feel
Got it,
me?
got
Because
it.
then you sound like every false prophet in the Bible. But that's why everything I said, like I'm just reading, watching the news,
Yeah.
scrolling,
Yeah.
all these things. I'm getting information from things.
Mhm.
And that's how I'm making these Nostradamus things. And for the Marvel homies, for Nick out there, I do believe we're going to get we're gonna see Thor die
Thor.
in one of the next Marvel movies. Yeah, Thor's gonna die.
Ooh.
Thor's done. Thor's character's done.
They need like an ultimate, like a final. They haven't like redeemed his character at all or anything.
Oh yeah, the last movie, Love and Thunder, did it, but that movie sucked. But
Okay.
but yeah, his story arc he's gone through ups and downs. So that's why like his character's kind of ran its course. He's now seen, not that it's ran its course, but it's just that all the characters he is lined up with, they're all gone.
Yeah.
He's the last one, and he already has a replacement set with the little girl, Gore's daughter.
Oh, really?
Is already there to replace him, and with all the rumors about what's gonna happen with Doctor Doom, it's definitely
Oh, that's not a rumor. That's confirmed.
I'm not just talking about it. He's confirmed, but what's gonna happen with him and the way the movies are gonna shape out.
I don't know what
The hype is bubbling for those who are paying attention, because now it's like getting back to comics. Now
I
it's
see.
getting back to Getting
Okay.
back to Infinity War type of craziness, like back to
Yeah.
the level that we wanted at, you know. So that's why you need stakes, and I think the one of the biggest things that's going to raise the stakes is Thor dying, Thor and Daredevil dying.
Daredevil? No, he's a
Yeah.
young.
No, they're going to kill Daredevil too.
But he's like a new guy. I don't think they would kill him
He-
so soon.
Well, he's revived newly. They're bringing a new series out with
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't think he'll die before his series. I
Yeah.
think his series.
I don't think he died before his show comes out.
Yeah. His show, the new Daredevil Born Again will run first. But I believe you're gonna see Daredevil die.
Okay.
They're
I
gonna
think
take our hearts from us, bro.
I don't know, man. I think I haven't watched Daredevil. I don't know the whole vibe of his arc right now. But like
Go watch Daredevil.
he seems very much new. And I think they're gonna do a lot more with him before they kill him off. I think him showing up in the third Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
I think that was like the tip of the iceberg in terms of like him getting into the MCU.
I agree.
So I think we need to. I think there's at least like a good another couple phases of Marvel before he's dead.
I think the series. I think the series is gonna do him justice. Because if you haven't seen the original Daredevil series
No, I haven't seen.
in 2024, you're missing some of the best Netflix television that they've ever had. Some of the best streaming that they've ever done. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's
Okay.
just the truth. It's the best Marvel show that's ever been made, and that's hard. That's harder to say, but it's definitely the greatest thing we've ever seen from Daredevil. And it does the character justice, does Elektra justice, does the Punisher it does Kingpin justice. So many great things before Disney came and messed everything up. So I would definitely encourage you. It's still worth the watch, and you'll like it. You'll probably like it. You have a different sensibility for stuff, but it's a good show.
I miss Moon Knight, bro. Moon Knight was such a good show.
I liked Oscar Isaac in that role.
Yeah. Did you like that show?
No, but
Oh.
I liked Oscar Isaac. I liked the character though.
It was a fun show. I liked it.
I did like the character a lot. I thought the ending was whack. Turned into giants fighting each other.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, it turned into two giants boxing each other.
I don't care much for like the fantastical stuff. It's interesting to me, but I think I care about more like the characters themselves.
I agree.
Like that final credit scene was like, ooh. Like, I miss that show. I wish it came out.
I think Moon Knight is salvageable personally,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
Moon Knight is like a C or B list character.
Well, yeah.
So that's the only issue I have with Moon Knight is that why are you pushing up this low level character?
Well, I think there's nothing wrong with that. Just trying to bring this character to the spotlight. I think that's fine.
We have a lot more stuff to get to before we get to Moon Knight. That's my point. Is Daredevil has a lot of stuff that has not
That's
been
fair.
resolved. So the fact you would give energy to make something new when we have all this steaming hot, like it's strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Daredevil's time storylines are still hot. Kingpin coming into the Echo show was one of the only reasons people watched Echo
Okay.
or watched Hawkeye, because Kingpin's there. So people want to go watch that, want to see. I'm forgetting the name of the actor, but they want to see this character. And Kingpin, that character is from the Daredevil show.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's like you have everything you need to make great material that would benefit Moon Knight. But I believe they need to really close up these arcs and storylines before they can bring Moon Knight in.
Yeah.
So that we're not always. That's what happened with me and Moon. I was sidetracked. It's like, where's the Punisher? Where's this new Blade show you have coming out? Where's this stuff I want to see? Why do you keep giving me this? Like,
Yeah.
But Oscar Isaac is one of my favorite actors today.
He's great.
so
Yeah. Okay.
he's great in everything. So you put him in anything, he's great.
So what's your next one? You have any more predictions?
I don't want to get into financial trouble with
Oh,
people.
yeah.
I've been paying attention to crypto and stuff, so I don't want to.
Okay, you're fine.
We're not going to be a crypto channel. You feel me?
You
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna do
anything non-financial, or is that it? We'll cut the pause.
Keep it in.
Well, I have a kind of like a mute point, but it's like I don't know if that's the right term, but like
Moot.
mute. I don't know what
Moot. So it's a financial. It's a not financial. It's a legal term. When you bring an argument that's already been proven false, that's a moot point.
Okay, never mind. It's not a mute point. But okay, so the discussion was about Taiwan and the the microchips industry.
What is your prediction? I want to know what you're
No,
predicting.
the you know how like the
Yes.
thing around Taiwan, like how they
Yes.
produce the microchips.
Yes, and they're like
Yeah.
the leading producer of
Not microchips, it's something else. Just like these.
Yeah, no, it's microchips, but it's like super powered microchips.
Yeah. Like it's like the world provider, I think.
The ones you need for every computer in the world. Like everyone uses them. Tesla.
Yeah.
Every company in the world uses these Taiwan super chips.
Yeah, and the problem with that is that Taiwan is apparently land that China owns.
China's trying to bully their way and say we own you, but Taiwan's like
They don't want
in the middle.
Yeah. So, and then like the whole thing about it is like if China takes Taiwan, they get the microchips, and we lose that, right? And so what
We
they're
don't
trying to
lose
do,
anything. It just gets more expensive. That's what I want.
Well,
to let
yeah,
people know.
but-
Taiwan, America has no business in Taiwan. That's what the number one thing I want to say here. I mean,
Not that-
we're talking about geopolitical stuff now.
yeah, but like it's in the sense of like, because it's in the sense of like if we lose that, because again, the business is us buying that from Taiwan. But if we lose that business, we gotta, because the stuff we have over here, it ain't that powerful.
It's not Taiwan level.
Yeah, it's
not what they have over there, which is the whole point with Taiwan and Ukraine and a bunch of these places.
So America's trying to have like whatever companies over there in Taiwan built over here as well, so we can have that quality as well. My prediction is we will get to see that. We will get to see that Taiwan's industry for microchips comes over to America before China gets into.
You think they're coming here?
They're already doing it. They're trying to
So
get
there's already a
infrastructure.
pipeline for it.
There's not a pipeline, but they're trying to build the company and bring the factories over here.
Okay.
I think we're gonna be able to see that come to fruition before China gets a hold of it.
I do believe we're going to see a boom in factories, industrialization back in America. So you're going to see more stuff with made in America tags. You're going to see that in 2025. Trump actively wants that. And I think we need that. So that goes alongside with what you're saying about Taiwan. Is we're gonna have you're gonna see multiple factories open up that are meant to like have toys produced here, that are meant to have these things produced here.
All right, guys. The conversation went into like a little bit of an area that maybe we don't want entirely on just the channel.
I don't want to talk about war. The comments.
So we're gonna cut it there. If you want to see more about us talking about this stuff and maybe some other hot takes on movies and stuff like that, join the Patreon. It's a $1. What is it? $1 a month if you want episodes a 1 week early access, or $5 a month. Is it $5 a week or a month?
I have to pay attention to the subscription service, but I think you can join in at whatever price you want.
You can go. You can join it for free, but I don't know if you get any benefits for free. You get 1 week early access for $1 a week or a month. I forget what exactly it is. No, so it's a month. I know, yeah. It's $1 a month. You get 1 week early access, and it's $5 if you want the Patreon episodes, extra content for you guys. But yeah, see you guys next time. Subscribe. Peace. Watch out.
We
for everything.
love you. Come through.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from
Happy
the Common
New
Sense
Year.
family.
Have a good time. We love you
And
guys.
let's clap it up.